Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy DeAndre Swanson coming to you live once again, man, from my Oval Office, from my spot up here, my sanctuary. Real quick, wanted to hop on. I like to share that word of the day. I like to, try to be positive, spread a little love and positivity over the airwaves. So usually the inspiration behind a lot of these videos kind of comes from my interactions throughout the day with our students or with our faculty and staff, man, some of my colleagues. And I think that the inspiration behind today's word definitely comes from some stuff that I've kind of been dealing with and kind of really trying to help a couple of other people see their way through, be able to kind of navigate their way through dealing with the difficulty that others present to them in terms of our word for the day, and that is compliance. Okay, compliance. Now, I operate from the standpoint or from the understanding that, and I think that this is very true. I'm open to, though, being challenged and for a little pushback in reference to kind of my little theory, my postulate or whatever here, and that is that none of us, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're from, what your background is, how much money you got, what race, what gender, what socioeconomic status, whatever's going on. None of us like being told what to do. I don't care how much authority you have on your job. I don't care if you are a supervisor, a CEO, or you're a janitor, somebody working in the kitchen or whatever, washing dishes. People, I really don't believe that it is innate in us that people are born with this disposition where we like being bossed around and ordered around. As a matter of fact, when we're born, and I've seen this happen, a lot of times when newborn babies or little toddlers, infants or whatever, as they're kind of growing up or coming up, us having to tell them and talk to them and give them, redirect them, multiple times is cute. We think it's funny when little kids or babies are disobedient and or what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of look, belligerent. Don't want to listen, do what they want to do. We think that's cute, and a lot of times we reward that with attention. But pretty quick, as kids kind of get into elementary school, and definitely by the time you get to middle school, having to tell somebody something 2 and 3 times or whatever is. You kind of work on the nerves of other people, okay? Shorten the patience, frustrate the patience and guidance of people who are in positions above you. And so what I was thinking was today is that, a lot of times I think in certain walks of life, certain cultural backgrounds, different people, have different, ideology and ideas about, what it means to be compliant. But I just think that in today's day and age, young people need to be taught that, since it is not something that is innate in us, it's something that we have to go out and acquire. And if you're not teaching your child, your student, or yourself to be compliant, if you can't just humble yourself and serve. Me and the homie Isaac Mason kind of came up with this back when we were working together at the youth center, man. Just humble yourself. You don't have to, force your way into anything. You don't have to always give people a piece of your mind when you're angry or when you're upset. Just humble yourself and serve other people, help other people. It's very difficult to do that, especially when we find ourselves in situations where the people above us, we don't necessarily feel this emotional attachment. We don't necessarily feel that these people like us very much, or very positively thought of in that regard. So again, I want to encourage people. I want to encourage everybody out there that's a parent, everybody out there that's a teacher, anybody in a position of authority. If you're a leader on your job and you have subordinates and people working up underneath you, and it's very difficult for you to communicate with these people, try to establish a relationship and try to establish a rapport with people. I tell kids this all the time, and I used to tell my players this, all the time. People will correct you for 1 or 2 reasons, okay? Because they care, or because they can. And it's two totally different ideas when you are trying to look out for somebody and you utilize the authority and the power that you have to help guide them, lead them, and push them forward towards success, versus you're somebody who has the authority and the power, the authority and power to drop a hammer on top of them. Those are two totally, completely different things. And so, again, I want to encourage people, implore people, kind of take a look around, self-assess, look at your situation. If you're not in a situation, where you have a bunch of power and authority, humble yourself. Humble yourself up underneath the guidance of, and again, it's easier for me to say this than it may be for some of us to do it. But the truth is that we must humble ourselves and subject ourselves to the people who have been placed in charge and authority around us. There may actually be some good that comes out of it when we stop bucking back and trying to fight against the system, and stop bucking back and trying to fight against the people who have been placed in these positions of authority. Okay? And also, if you're somebody who is in a position of authority, the compliance works two ways. Okay, I'm a firm believer that the reason people get promoted and the reason that people get elevated is so that you can be a better servant. I'm gonna say this again. If you're a leader, if you're somebody who is in charge, the reason that you are in charge is because it is your job to look after your people. And you get elevated, you get promoted, you get put into these lofty positions so that you can better serve people. Okay? And again, I just feel like when we humble ourselves and we serve each other, okay, we lift each other up. In order to lift somebody up, you got to get underneath there. There's got to be some leverage in order for you to lift and push them up. And man, leaders are supposed to be elevating our people. We're supposed to be, championing and pushing our people forward. And so I just wanted to hop on real quick and share that with you guys, man. Humble yourself, comply, learn how to be a little bit more humble, learn how to be a little bit more, less self-reliant and so hard-headed and negative and angry about having to do your job, about having to submit to somebody else's authority. You may actually see the situation change, and things may actually change for the better. All right, we love y'all. We're gonna holler at you later. All right, peace.